Hello there. Big news today, I tuned my piano. Yay. You know, after a couple of years of this piano, I had it and I tolerated it just because it was not as bad as it could be. And after hearing the piano on those videos I made so far, I'm thinking, yeah, it was time. So I went ahead and opened it up and did it. I did a decent job, I guess. It's not tuned perfectly to A440. I didn't even use a tuner. I basically just tuned the piano to itself. So while I had it open, I thought I'd let you come in and take a look at the inside of the piano because it is pretty cool. Yeah, so this is the piano with the lid open. First thing I noticed, obviously, was all this business here. It's like a harp, sort of. It's got all these strings and this giant piece of iron that's embossed. And I guess this was the cast they used to make this. And there's a lot of work that went into this just so that it does what it's supposed to do. So here's something that's pretty cool. When I hit this note, like this A right here, you can see that lifting up over here, it moves this and does all that. And there's a little bitty mute that's on the string, and then as long as I hold the note down, that mute lifts up. As soon as I let go, it stops the note from ringing. So the low notes only have one string for each note. As I hit this, it's just striking a single string for us to hear. And as you get a little bit higher, there's a couple that have two strings per note. That's two. And then even higher than that, and for the majority of the piano, it's three strings for every note that you hit. That's why they get out of tune so fast, because all three of these notes represent one single key. Some pianos have three pedals and some have two. So the one I use the most over here is the one on the right. That's the sustain pedal. And so what that does, see that red stripe? Those are mutes, and they stop the note from happening by holding the sustain pedal down. Pulls them all away. So I can keep the sustain pedal down and play a chord, and they will ring until I let go with my foot. It stops the note. And something I learned in tuning this piano, that the middle pedal, that guy in the middle, what that does is it takes the sustain off of some of the low notes. I think it's from F and down. Yeah, see that? This whole set moves, but these don't. So what that allows me to do is to play, let's do a D, hit in the middle, and then I can play notes. You don't want to lift it up that fast though. So that's what the middle one does. It's a low note sustainer. The pedal on the left is called a dampener. And what that does is it brings all of these hammers or mallets forward. So it shortens the distance they have to travel, and it effectively reduces the volume. So let me step on it and watch what happens to the entire range. It all moves up. This is open. As I step, it brings them that much closer. So as I play a chord or a series of notes, they can be quieter. I'm hitting them at the same velocity with my hands. So if you need to play quieter, just step on the left pedal. Oh yeah, hello. Hello. So for tuning it, you need one of these. And I got this on eBay for 15 bucks. I bought it used, and I'm kind of kicking myself because pre-owned, used, it was kind of worn down. And it still allowed me to tune it for the most part, but there were some times I really had to change my grip just to get it to work right. So if you're gonna buy one of these, get a new one. So the C right here sounds pretty decent. The note is hitting all three of those strings, and they all sound pretty solid. But this B flat sounds a little weird. So let's fix that. Since a lot of these notes have 3 strings, I went ahead and made myself some mutes out of shish kebab skewers and some leftover foam. So I'm gonna put those in strategic places to stop the other notes from ringing so I can isolate and tune just the string I'm working on. So let's get started with that B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right in there. Like that. See, when you go too far, you can tell. Too far under. That'll work. Much better. Just to compare the difference between a tuned piano or kind of tuned piano versus where it was a week ago, I'm going to play a clip from my second video where I was playing an F chord that was pretty bad. Yeah, roll the clip. I know it's not perfect, but given it didn't cost me anything at all, just a little bit of time, maybe a couple hours actually, it isn't perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. I'm gonna leave it right there for a while. All in the Family was filmed live before a studio audience.